Now, one other thing that you need to do for the setup has to do with staffing. We have a staff contribution analysis where we'll show you, for example, revenue per full-time equivalent, if the graph will refresh itself. There it comes. We've got these choices: revenue expense per FTE and salaries and benefits per employee. So we get that number, we get the number for the employees and contractors and so on from a staffing grid that needs to be completed. So we'll go over that here just to show you. This is the last major piece of setup that you're going to have to do. So in this this particular setup, you want to have people in here that cover the last 2 years of your company. That display is a 2-year view, historical view of revenue and expense. And just to go over what these columns mean: FTE, full-time equivalent. So a person, if I had 2 people working for me, one that came in and worked 4 hours in the morning to answer the phone, and somebody in the afternoon that worked 4 hours to answer the phones in the afternoon, I would have 2 employees, but 1 full-time equivalent. So I would have 2 entries in this grid with 50% each. So, for example, this person is an administrator type, probably comes in 2.5 days a week just to do the books, and so that's a 50% full-time equivalent person. This engineer is billable 100% of the time. Typically, your engineers will be billable 100% of the time. Or if your business involves sending people out to do work for someone, and you charge your customers for their time, they're billable 100% of the time. Probably not going to get 100% of that person, so the billable goal is going to be something less. And this is something that you're going to want to monitor just to make sure that you're keeping your people occupied. Ownership percentage, just to make sure we've got that covered. The monthly salary column is in here for information only. It's not used in any calculations today. It's a convenient place to see what you're paying your people if you want to just fill that in, but it's not necessary. And then start date, again, make sure that you cover at least the last 2 years. So if I said that this person started earlier, now we've got that covered. So if you've had a lot of turnover, then I'd encourage you to just you might say, well, this person started 6 months ago, but was replacing someone that left in the same month. Then put that person in with a date, the start date 2 years back. Don't go crazy trying to fill in every exact body. The whole purpose of this is the body count by period, so that you can get the right information for the staff contributions. Okay, any questions about that? And again, now we're in a situation where we can actually change the display from quarter to month. So you take a look at this, and if you see, for example, that your revenue per, notice I've got a steady number of employees, and my revenue per employee is going down a little bit, and it's been higher. Well, this is a pretty good indication that you can sustain more business with your current employees. So when you're starting to think about, gee, should I add another body? Well, maybe you should add another body, but maybe you should pay more attention to what your current employees are contributing to the company. And this would be a good way to show folks that they're capable of doing more. As long as you keep the pipeline filled for them, they ought to be able to do it.